My name's Secondhandhunter. You can call me Dave. This is my review of Donnie Darko. I figured in the spirit of Halloween, which personally I don't do Halloween because of my Christian faith, but this is a, so to say, mellowed down Halloween type movie. So yeah, this movie's pretty good. I have seen it before. I don't believe I've ever reviewed it. If not, cool. If so, then this is my updated review type thing, whatever you want to call it. But I don't believe I've ever reviewed this movie. Donnie is a troubled teenage child. Yeah, troubled teenage child that is currently going through therapy. He's schizophrenic, psychotic type thing. He is seeing visions of this evil bunny named Frank, and Frank is telling him to do bad things. And with these bad things, he destroys the main water line of his school, so he floods out of school so he gets a day off. He burns down a pedophile's house, and throughout the movie, Donnie is having all these visions of Frank. Frank tells him that the world's gonna end, what was it, in 28 days, 6 hours, 42 minutes, and 12 seconds. Now the movie starts off, Donnie is up on some sort of mountain or something like that. He rides down and everyone's wondering what the heck's going on with Donnie because he keeps taking off during the night, I guess sleepwalking or something as such. And one of these nights he leaves his house and ends up waking up on a golf course, and this jet engine ends up falling down on his house into his bedroom. So that's when he sees Frank, and Frank tells him that the world's gonna end, and he's, what the hell is going on with this type thing? What does this mean? So the movie continues, and he starts talking with Frank, and Frank asks him, Frank the evil bunny asked him, have you ever heard of time travel? So then he starts asking his, I guess, science teacher about time travel, and they have these conversations, and then he starts seeing things come out of his chest, like wormholes type thing, which is actually pretty tight. Personally, I think being able to see where people are gonna go or whatnot else. And this wormhole takes him up into his parents' bedroom, and he finds this gun. So, not really knowing what the heck's going on with that gun, the movie continues. So it comes up to this scene where this girl ends up transferring into Donnie's class, and the teacher basically says, go ahead and sit wherever you want next to the cutest boy. And of course she sits next to Donnie. So these two start dating and end up going to the movie theater and movies. And of course when they're on the date, Donnie sees this evil Benny Frank again. Donnie ends up burning down this pedophile's house. The thing with the pedophile was this crazy Christian teacher lady was talking about love and hate type thing. The class had to read off these flashcards about like scenarios or whatever and place it on the timeline of where does it lie between love and hate. And then Donnie gets this one about this guy finds a wallet and he returns the wallet but he keeps the money, and Donnie's like, how does this apply to life? You can't lay everything out on a timeline type thing because there's more scenario and everything, and you have to have the full picture. And he basically tells the crazy teacher to shove the card up her ass. Then later on, I forget the dude's name, I'm just gonna call him the pedophile child pornography dude. He's speaking at their school. Donnie gets up to the microphone and says, how much are they paying you to speak to us? And He's like, you see everyone? This is the classic example. He's given into his fear. He's not loving on you all, or whichever else. So Frank tells Donnie to burn down his house. And in the instant of the house being burned down, it burns away this wall, which ends up being his child pornography den type thing, shooting, filming studio type thing, or whichever. So the pedophile ends up getting hauled away to jail. And the days continue and the days continue up to the point where the world's supposedly gonna end. And Donnie's still trying to figure out who the heck Frank is, and he's talking to his therapist about it. And it comes to a point where he's telling his therapist that he can't talk to her about Frank because Frank doesn't want him talking about him. And there was another part where in the movie theater, Donnie told Frank to take his mask off, and of course you see his eyes all messed up, and he's like, what happened to your eye? And he said something like, you did it. Come towards the end of the movie, we find out that Donnie's sister, Elizabeth, I believe her name was, got accepted into Harvard University. So Donnie suggests that they have a party at their house since their mom is off on a trip with their younger sister, Samantha. So Donnie's still seeing these wormholes, and it leads him away from the house while the party's going on, and then takes him to this one old lady's house, which happens to be the same lady that wrote the book of time travel that he was reading, The Philosophy of Time Travel. So he ends up going to the old lady's house. They always called her Grandma Death because she would stand out in the middle of the driveway, the road, and wouldn't move worth anything at all. Nearly got killed several times. And while they're at Grandma Death's house, I don't really quite understand what was going on. These other dudes were there, probably robbing her or doing something. They're inside Grandma Death's house, and they get grabbed up, and what the hell are you doing here type thing. The bad dudes throw Donnie Darko's girlfriend on the ground, and she's hurt and can't walk, and she's just laying there on the ground. And then Donnie goes outside, and then this car pulls up, and Grandma Death is standing out in the roadway again, and they swerve. They end up hitting Donnie Darko's girlfriend. She dies, and guess who jumps out? That's right, Frank jumps out of the car, and Donnie's like, you killed her! Pulls out his gun that we saw from scenes earlier and shoots Frank right in his eye. So next thing we see is Donnie packing his girlfriend, and then they're driving up the mountainside, and the sky is turning black, some tornado type thing or something like that, right above Donnie Darko's house. And we see this plane flying above that ends up having Donnie Darko's mom and younger sister in there, and the plane flies right into the house. And yeah, that's the point there where either Donnie Darko goes back in time or something, or where he was able to see into the future from before type thing. I never understood that part there either, but somehow he goes back to the beginning of the movie scene. Well, not the beginning, but the scene from the beginning of the movie, kind of going back in time. Yeah, you guys get it. I don't have to explain it no more. And he's sitting in his bed laughing, and that's the point where the jet engine falls down onto his room, and he, instead of sleeping in the golf course, he's sleeping in his bed, so he gets smushed and prevents everything from happening. He prevents his girlfriend from dying. He prevents his mother and younger sister from dying, because Donnie set the pervert's house on fire. So then the crazy Christian teacher lady had to go to the court thing to be in the pervert's better half faith type thing, whatever else. So she was in court with them. So then the mom had to go to the the dance recital for the daughter, as a chaperone, so the mom and sister was not on the plane, so he saved their life. He also saved Frank's life because he did not end up shooting Frank because Frank ran over his girlfriend. That's about all I can remember right now. Let's get down to the nitty-gritty. Swearing, not too bad. In some parts it's bad. Fuck and bitch are about the only ones that are used the most. Fuck is used a lot. I guess I really don't have to go through them ones since they're so minimal. Drug use, the only real scene of drug use is where you first see the school and the students are either huffing or sniffing some sort of drug in the hallway of the school. Sex and nudity, there's absolutely no nudity at all in this movie, but there's tons of sex references, talked about sex. One part, Donnie's under hypnosis and he's talking about fucking, and he's just saying he thinks about fucking all the time, and so he starts unbuttoning his pants to masturbate, and the therapist wakes him up out of hypnosis. The other thing is Donnie has sex with his girlfriend, but it doesn't go into detail. He's laying on top of her and then cuts to the next scene. So no nudity there. Maybe a little bit dry humping, but not much at all. What else do we got? Violence. Donnie gets a knife pulled on him. Donnie is killed by a jet engine. Donnie's girlfriend is ran over, and Donnie kills Frank. That's about that there. Favorite parts in the movie. I thought it was cool when he told off the pervert. I thought it was cool when he told off the crazy Christian teacher lady. I thought the wormholes were really cool. That whole idea. Oh, Donnie also talks about the DeLorean from Back to the Future. That was pretty cool. The Frank itself, the Frank costume, Frank's bunny costume, that was really cool. I don't think it would be really something I watch all the time. It's kind of a mind-bending type movie. I was gonna say suspense horror, but I don't really think it would be that type of movie. Maybe sci-fi horror. That might be the best classification for it. But it really bends your mind, and you go back, watch it again, and pick up a couple things that you didn't catch the first time. So definitely check out Donnie Darko if you have not done so yet. It also has the song Mad Road in there. I forget who the artist is, but I think almost everybody knows the song Mad Road these days. It was the song for the Gears of War trailer. If you can remember that far back, I think back in 2007 or 8 or something like that, whenever Gears of War came out. I remember watching that on the G4 channel. So definitely check out Donnie Darko. I got movie reviews on Friday, news on Monday, and video gameplay logs on Wednesday. So stay tuned for those. Also give me a like if you have not done so yet. Subscribe to me if you like what you see. Every little bit helps. So thank you everyone for subscribing and checking out my content, because I do want to do this full time, and I can only do that with your guys' help. So spread the word about Secondhandhunter, and I will catch you guys later. Thanks for watching. And he has more why the fuck am I continuously saying more conversations, Frank? More conversations, Frank. Fuck that. Fuck. See what I do? I get sidetracked and I do stupid shit. And the camera's still rolling. Blooper heaven. this one, and I'm not even fucking trying to. Fuck. It's trapped right there. Maybe I shouldn't drink soda pop during videos. Hope you guys are loving this. Who else stays safe? Close to 17 minutes now. 20 minutes. Most cities safe. That's you. And they're in Grandma Death's house.